The Apple Studio display, it's exactly what it's supposed to be. It's the evolution of Apple displays. Following the steps of the Thunderbolt display, it's the precise progression of evolution here. And it's also its biggest problem. You see, when the Apple Thunderbolt display was first released in July of 2011, it was priced at $999. And I guess that's exactly what hurts the most for us Apple fans. We're forced to make that painful decision to try and upgrade to one of these studio displays at a steeper price than what we were used to paying. And yeah, I understand that economically we're at a different point than we've ever been in history, with shortage issues hitting just about every single segment in the market, but it still hurts quite a bit at a starting price of $1599 and little to no stock. And maybe it's more appropriate to say that this follows the evolution of the LG Ultrafine 5K, which in fact was a collaboration between Apple and LG, and the most alike in terms of panel quality. But I still firmly believe the true DNA predecessor is the beloved Apple Thunderbolt display, which actually still can be found on the used market for as little as $50. Let's say you could buy one of these today for $1599. Let's pretend it's in stock, and you can just go over to the Apple Store right now with your titanium Apple card and purchase one, just ignoring the price altogether. What if you could do that and bring it home and have it? Well, the fact is, in terms of panel quality, this is the best 27-inch display on the market today. That's it. If you're looking for the very best 27-inch monitor you can buy right now, this is the display you should get. It ticks all the boxes for panel quality except one, and that is refresh rate. I really wish it had 120 Hz refresh rate, but I forgive you, Apple. It's okay. We're gonna get through this. It's got 218 ppi, which is Retina resolution at 5120 by 2180, 600 nits of brightness, which is so much brighter than the Ultrafine 5K. It has True Tone, optional anti-reflective coating that you can add via nano texture glass. It covers the P3 color spectrum, so for us creatives, that's critical. It's really required at this point. If you're buying a display for creative work, it should have P3 color accuracy. It has all the preset color profiles depending on what discipline you choose, like photography, video production, graphic design. It has all of that built into it. So what about the other stuff? Everyone was super angry about the 12 megapixel camera built in with center stage, and it's gone through 2 firmware revisions. After the latest firmware upgrade, the camera is a lot better. It's still not great, but I mean, I've always thought of built-in cameras and monitors as okay. I've never looked at a built-in camera in any laptop or computer and gone, wow, I just love the picture quality in here. So for me, it's not the end of the world. It's not my top ranking spec point that I dwell on when I'm shopping. It's got a studio quality 3 mic array, which is great for audio recording if you want to use that in a pinch. I think, funny enough, my favorite thing about this display is the built-in speakers. It's a 6-speaker sound system with spatial audio built in. Wow, they're literally the best speakers built into anything ever in history, I think. I mean, I've thought through this because I think about everything that's got built-in speakers And I'm blown away. Every time I listen to music while I'm working on this thing, it's like I'm trying to figure out where the sound's coming from. It's bouncing. Is it bouncing off my desk, or is there an invisible speaker that it puts out there somewhere? It's kind of like included with this, and it just floats like another dimension. I really can't describe it. It's like, it makes my head hurt with satisfaction. Got all the Thunderbolt ports on the back, so if you use it with a Mac Studio like this, it's just expanding how many ports you have that are already built into this, which is pretty awesome. And it's seamless. When you plug it into this or like a MacBook Pro, bam, you're in business. It's like it's made to work with the Mac Studio by default. And really, I guess what you are getting is you are paying that Apple tax for that progression of the best quality you can get in a display at this size. So the more I think about it, the more I think, well, with inflation and the current market and everything going on, maybe $15.99 is the right price. I don't know. It's just really hard to say. The problem is when you look at how much you're going to spend and you look at how many other monitors there are on the market for that price, you quickly start to look elsewhere, and that's the issue that I have. If you have to pick the one monitor to use with your Mac Studio and you're okay with a 27-inch display, this is it, and you just don't care about how much you spend. And let's not forget about Apple's craftsmanship. I reviewed the Apple Thunderbolt display because it literally was pretty much my favorite display for a very long time. I used it so much. I used it with 3 different laptops. I used it with 2 different computers, and it was built and made to last. And really, that's what you paid for back then for $9.99. It hurt kind of a little bit back then, but $9.99 was kind of expected even back then for that kind of display. And it lasted forever. It just kept going. It really is a continuation of what Apple's gonna do. They're gonna keep creating incrementally an upgrade, the next step up from what the Thunderbolt display is. And so in essence, this is perfectly the monitor for your Mac workstation at 27 inches. And for those that don't want to spend over $5 grand and a Pro Display XDR. And so we'll have to wait and see. I know Apple's working on a mini LED version of this that has that'll basically give us the technology that's built into the current MacBook Pros and the Apple Display XDR. So I know that's coming, but I know that there are other issues and shortages and things going on right now where we may not see that display for a while. So yeah, it's a tough one. The stand you get included it only does this. This is what you get to do with it. You can tilt it. Maybe that's enough for you at $15.99, but a lot of you are going to want the tilt height adjustment, which adds a big chunk of change. So with that in mind, do I recommend this? Yeah, I mean, if you want to stay in the Apple ecosystem and Apple camp and you're willing to spend that much for this display, yeah, go for it. Get this. It's going to mate perfectly well with the Mac Studio. There are plenty other monitors which I have reviewed recently that I think would be a better option. You still can't beat 218 ppi. The amount of detail you capture on images is just quite stunning. For example, a bird, maybe with some feathers and details like that. If you open that up in Photoshop and look at all the crispiness details and your pixel peeping that, it's quite awesome. You want the most amount of detail that you can see within a small 27-inch package. There's no other display like this. Thank you guys so much for watching this quick video about the Apple Studio display. I have mixed feelings about it. I've seen a lot of cool displays out there, but you know what? I think I'll keep it. Maybe I'll sell it on Facebook Marketplace in 10 years for 50 bucks. I don't know. All right, guys, thank you so much for sticking around. Please like this video if you thought it was good content. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and ring the bell to get notified when I upload new content. I will see you guys on the next one.